Company law is the core subject for the company secretary course. A company secretary is expected to be an expert in the Companies Act of 2013 and generally in company law as a whole. Now, to do well in company law, there are many ways in which you can study and many ways which you can present. But to give you one secret success, we have Preeti of Ekcel Academy who scored 60 plus in company law, and she has shared her answer script. And we will be discussing that answer script in this video, and you will get ideas on how to write to get 60 plus in your CS executive exam in company law paper. The way she has presented is exactly what we are told in the class, and this is the secret to her success. Now let me tell you clearly, just by watching this video you can't get 60 plus. Preeti has worked hard for many months and we have seen her hard work. And that hard work she has translated into the answer script by writing the perfect answers which is expected from ICSI and the examiners at ICSI. This video will help you to also present your company law paper in the best way, and who knows, even you can get 60 plus. I hope these tips will help you. At Ekcel Academy, we always want to support students, and we also have a lot of free courses on our website ekcelacademy.com or our Android app Ekcel Academy Online. You can download these and get access to this completely free of cost. Of course, if you want to join the classes, that's a separate thing. You can get in touch with us on WhatsApp. And even if you don't want to, you have any doubts, you want to know something, you have any support which you need for your CS exam, we always provide a free one-to-one counseling. There is a link in the description box. You can just message us on WhatsApp and we will get back to you no matter what you need. Now, without wasting more time, let us get into the answer script where Preeti has scored 60 plus in company law. I'm sure you will get many ideas on how you too can score 60 plus in company law. Let's dive into the paper. As I was telling you in the introduction, this is company law and how the student has scored 64 marks in company law. As you can see, marks for rationalization is 4 marks which is added, though the marks scored is 60. So what is this rationalization marks? When the paper correction is very strict, that time what they will do is they will see the average of the entire papers, and based on that the extra 4 marks or 5 marks or 8 marks based on rationalization they will give. So if the student has got 60 marks in the strict correction itself, that means it's a very good answer sheet. So let us try and understand. So I am telling you this paper is equal to 70 plus. 70 plus, that is the kind of marks you can get. So the student here has gone to question number 4 as the first in company law. Let us see what is the question. Rohan is a well-known banker and holds 22 directorships. So his one person is director in 22 companies. Company include 10 public company, 11 private company and 1 company registered under the section 8 charitable company. 20th December, ABC Limited, in which Rohan is not a director, acquired 100% in MNP Limited. In the context, answer the following. So they're given some cases and they're given a scenario. Whether directorship held by Rohan on 30th September are valid. So can Rohan be director in all these companies? Can Rohan continue to hold directorship in all 22 companies? Company secretary has proposed restricting the directorship where proposal given by company secretary is tenable. Actually, in the third question, you're getting some clue for the first and second question. So let us see how the student has written. Okay. So as you can see over here, the student has written first facts of the case. So writing about Rohan, where is the company, etc. Next is about the provision. So talking about section 165. So individual can be appointed as director in not more than 20 companies, etc. So maximum is 20 companies, that limit. So the student knows the law that has been identified. In dormant companies shall be excluded. So when we say dormant companies, we don't have to count it. So in the conclusion, yes, directorship held by Rohan on 30th September is valid as he had directorship in 10 public companies and 10 private companies. Directorship in dormant company and section 8 company. So we don't have to count that dormant company, and the Section 8 company which is there. Next, Rohan can continue the directorship in 22 companies. So that is the question. It is given as wrong. And then for the third question also, company secretary of ABC Limited to restrict the number of directorship is tenable because only number of directorship has right to restrict. So the examiner is telling wrong. But because the first part is correct, they have given 2 marks for this particular question. So as you can see, this is a 5 marks question and 2 marks has been scored by the student. So don't think if some question, some part of your answer is wrong, they will cut marks for everything. That is not the case. Okay, let us go to the next question, which is 4B. So 4B is again a case law question. Raman is a director in Mega Limited. A company is engaged in the business of selling mineral water. Rohini, who is wife of Raman, is partner of Total, a partnership firm, and they are selling the juices. Raman also owned 100 shares in Zimba Private Limited, a company engaged in manufacturing bottles. Board of Directors of Mega Limited intends to grant loan to Total, that is a partnership firm, and Zimba Private Limited within limit size specified as per Companies Act. So within the limits. Now what you have to do is whether Mega Limited can grant the loan. If yes, what are the conditions? So this is all about intercorporate loans. So first thing you should know which chapter and what are they trying to ask. So the student is first giving the facts of the case. So what is the facts? So Raman, Rohini, what is their relationship, everything. Next is what is the law. After facts, we study what is the law. So as per the section 185, what is it? So a company cannot advance loan, represent by book debt, provide the guarantee. So the law has been clearly mentioned. However, the exceptions, then the student is telling about exceptions. See the flow. What I really like and I want you to get ideas for you to write the answer is the flow of the answer is what you should learn from this answer script. Okay. So advance the loan, what are the exemptions is there? Next, very clearly, private company. What is the provision relating to private company? So what are the following conditions where if you fulfill, you can go ahead and pass a special resolution. So that has been told. Then the company signifies the loan for its principal objectives. So company is taking the loan for principal objective. So what is the conclusion given by the student? Mega Limited may advance the loan to Zimba Limited but is prohibited to advance loan to Miss Total, a firm, as it remains wife and partner of the firm. So entire 4 marks has been given. So for 5 marks, 4 marks has been given. Next, Board of Directors of Charity Limited want to understand applicability of provisions of CSR and companies required to constitute CSR committee. Inform the board. So the question is about section 135 CSR and we should inform the board about the applicability. So these kind of questions you can also start saying that to the board of directors and you can start the answer. That is better. Of course, you can also directly say as per provisions, that is not wrong. But see, what are they asking you? They are asking you inform the board. So you can inform the board. You can write to the board of directors, Charity Limited. You can definitely start writing like that. To the board of directors, Charity Limited. So as per the provisions of section 135, what is the provision? So net worth, net profit, so turnover, provision is given. So any one condition should be satisfied. Okay, then they are talking about the committee, CSR committee, because in the question about CSR committee has been asked. So about the CSR committee. CSR committee, who will be there? At least 3 directors. So all this has been mentioned. So finally, you are getting 3 marks. You are getting 3 marks out of 5 marks. Why you are not getting 5 marks? So the applicability has been told. And the constitution of CSR committee, some more points could have been added. That is why they've given only 3 marks. And some CSR rules could have also been added by the student. That is the reason. Approval of audit committee to related party transaction can be granted by passing circular resolution discuss. That is the question. So that question has not been attempted by the student. Student is directly going to 5A. 5A. Let us go ahead. 5A. 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 So 5A question is telling Vasu is independent director in various companies and he seeks your opinion regarding presence of independent director in different types of committees. Advice. So this is all about independent director, then code of independent directors, and most importantly, what is the specific doubt which is there in this question? It is, what is role of independent director in the committees, different committees of the board? So independent director and board committees, both this knowledge you need to have. So read the question, identify the keywords. Once you identify keywords, then plan the answer, then write it. That is how you should go ahead with it. So as per section 149, what are the independent directors? So every listed company. So when we need independent director, so student has beautifully told about it. Then every listed company should appoint, etc. Student did not know more about it. So only 1 mark has been given. So that is why I am telling, write how much ever you know. If you don't know full answer, it's okay. But see what has been written, 1 mark has been scored over there. Alright. Next. Let us go to the second question. Logic Limited wants to remove Radhika, company secretary of the company. Explain the procedure. So there is a company who wants to remove a company secretary. We need to give the procedure for that. So Logic Limited remove the company secretary of the company. So what is the provision? So in the provision, I always tell, even in my classes, and that is very good, our student here has written, when they say provision, please write in exam steps the procedure. Whenever they ask you procedure, you write the steps. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5. See here, 3 marks has been scored. Because some more provisions had to be added, that was not added, but because it is given in step form, it is good. So I always tell that I make students write the answers. I make students completely go by the Companies Act and all the tips. What my tips have told, always it has worked out. I even correct each and every student's answer scripts in our mentorship program of Ekcel Academy. And this makes me so happy when I see this, the student has actually done in the final exam exactly like that. So what are the steps to remove? And 3 marks has been given. So third one, student has not attempted. So 0 marks will be there. Then fourth one, can annual general meeting be called at a shorter notice? Would your answer be different if it were extraordinary general meeting? So it is about notice and shorter notice, section 101 of the Act. So I always suggest, whenever you write, like instead of this, you can write here 5A and then write 4. Yes, you have written on the top 5A. That is good, but I am requesting every student, don't do this. So if you write, please write the main question number in this left margin also, please, because sometimes the person correcting may get confused. Why do you want to lose marks for something so small? So please add that, please. It's my request. As per provisions of section 101 of Companies Act, a general meeting of members can be called at shorter notice. So what is the thing? That 95% shareholders or people who are having the voting power, they should accept. So that provision has been explained. Very clearly. Then how do you take the consent? Then the conclusion. See, what is nice is the flow. Again, I'm telling you, the flow is very nice in company law in this answer script. Annual general meeting can be held at shorter notice. The answer should remain the same even if the case of extraordinary general meeting. Very beautifully presented. The simple sentence. English is so simple. There is no complication here. See, please connect the question and answer. This is a mistake students are doing. And that is why I wanted to show this answer script how Excel Academy student has done the right thing. Would your answer be different if it were extraordinary general meeting? They ask the question. You need to answer in the same language. The answer would remain the same even if they call extraordinary general meeting. What question is asked, you should tell that. Somebody will ask, what did you have for breakfast? You'll tell, my house is in Chennai, my house is in Bangalore, I'm from Mumbai. I'm asking you, what did you have for breakfast? So answer exactly what question is there. So please don't think why this teacher is telling like this, but I don't want students to suffer. That is my main reason. So next question. Board of Directors of Passion Limited has passed board resolution for the following. Examine validity of resolution as a secretarial auditor of the company. So secretarial auditor of the company, you have to examine the validity, and this question is also 4 marks. So as you can see, 5A. So we are having in 5A we have totally 5 questions, and every question is for 4 marks each. 4 marks each. So it's a 20 marks question. So if you see question number 5, if you see question number 5 also, if you see A, B, C, D, E, that is also 4 marks each, 20 marks. So you can write either 5 or 5A. In this, the student has chosen this. So board resolution is there as a secretarial auditor. So what should you do? If you are a practicing company secretary and secretarial auditor of the company, you have to tell the validity of resolution. Is the resolution fine? Invest the funds of company 15 lakh in ABC mutual fund. Remit, give time for repayment of debt due from director. Invest in trust securities, the amount of compensation received when we did a merger amalgamation. To take over company and controlling stakes. So these are the questions. So what you should tell, whether this resolution is valid or not as a secretarial auditor. So the board has passed the resolution. See here, so nice, exactly what I told in class student is doing. Provision and analysis, the clear analysis is given. And also at Excel Academy, Apurva ma'am, CACS Apurva ma'am and myself Alok, we have made videos on how to write answers. We even did some live sessions on YouTube also on how to write answers in CS exam, and so happy we may do it. Apurva ma'am may do, I may do, another faculty of Excel can do, but student has listened to it, student has implemented and passed with high marks, getting more than 60 plus. It is simple. That means it is not so difficult. You just have to listen to the teacher and do your little hard work. Follow the basics. Keep it simple. That's all. You can go above 60. What is so difficult? Why are students struggling to get 40? They are not doing what is required. They'll tell, I'll do self-study. All those things will not work out. Don't play with your life. So nicely it is given here. See, provisional analysis. Student has written so nicely. The resolution to invest the funds of the company is valid. So validity is there. Then what is the next point? Here it is invalid. So suspension is passed in general meeting. Then going further, the student has given very clearly. Third point, it's invalid. Third type. Then it is valid. So very neatly told. For 4 marks, 3 marks has been scored by the student. Next, question number 2. So here these things I will tell you to avoid. So please, like very clearly, write it 2 or is it 2A. I don't want any confusion like this. So please be very careful. And as I told you here also, be very careful in what you are writing. Just don't write A, write 2A. What is there to lose? So please write that very, very properly. And also you observe in this entire paper, what is very great, which we used to tell in class. See, we can tell in class, but student has done in exam is sections. You should write as many sections as possible, and that is the need of the hour. That is the need of the hour. Okay. So let us go ahead and try to understand here. Satisfaction of charge. So as a company secretary, explain the procedure for satisfaction of a charge. That is the question which we have. And it is a 3 marks question. As you can see, it is a 3 marks question each. Okay. So student is telling the section number, very good, and the procedure for satisfaction of the charge. So within 30 days what you will do, so everything has been explained. See here, 3 marks is given, 3 out of 3. Simple. The best part is the way the student has ended the answer. After ROC verifies, it shall record the entire memorandum of the satisfaction of charge in its register and will issue the memorandum of satisfaction to the charge to the company. It is 100% practical knowledge. It is not just theoretical knowledge. This is what is required. Even the form number has been added. There is no choice. You have to give 3 marks. That is the beauty. Okay. Next. For 3 marks, see the quality of the answer. The quality of the answer is important. Books of accounts have been kept at registered office of a company. Give your comments. Can we keep books of accounts in some other place? That is the question which they are asking relating to 128. So what has student written? So every company will keep the books of accounts registered office of the company. Okay. Now company may also keep books of accounts in other place, provided that the board will intimate the ROC and they will file AOC 5 in 7 days. As a student writing this kind of answer, the person correcting is very impressed. Why? Because the number of days has been given, the form number has been given, the section number has been given. There only I am going to give 3 marks. Then answer is also correct. Perfect. There is no doubt to cut even half mark. See, this is what we tell in class, but when the student does, it's great, and that is why I want you to see it and analyze that this is how you should write. Of course, the classes and the teaching is the main reason, and the students' hard work is the main reason why they know the content. But only content is no use. Presentation is important along with content and knowledge. So your content is good, along with that knowledge is important. Yeah. So they've given a case law question here. So a certain company intends to acquire shares in another company. How much amount can be invested in Jupiter Limited without passing special resolution, considering the facts mentioned below? So without considering the fact mentioned below, we have to examine. Paid up capital, free reserve, securities premium account, etc. They've given the numbers. You have to examine. So the facts has been first told. Then the provision of law. What is the law? Provision is what is the company's law. So which is the section? 186 has been told correctly. Then what are the conditions has been told. Then the calculations has been done. See here. Can only acquire 84 crores. Why? The note has been given, calculation is given. 3 marks. So it's very, very nicely presented. Next, only 2 marks has been given. Let us see the question. Okay. Santosh, CEO of company, advised board of directors of unlisted company that in order to market the public issue and generate interest and awareness amongst public, a prospectus can be issued without giving details of number of shares and issue price. Tell the correctness of the provision. So CEO of company has advised board of directors something. Is that correct or not? So advice is correct. So first only you tell correct or wrong. When they ask the question correct or not, first you tell it is correct or not, or true or false, or yes or no, and give your answer. So since the student didn't know the complete knowledge, she has written how much she knows and 2 marks has been given. So please don't think if you know only half, you should not write. Write whatever you know. Write everything you know. They will give marks. Nothing for you to worry. Then student is going to question number 3. 3 again I tell, please add like this. Over here also 3A, 3B like that. So 3A, student is not writing. See here, even without attempting for 100 marks, student has scored 64. If you write correctly, you will get marks. You should have the right knowledge. Obviously, to get the right knowledge, attend the correct coaching classes and work hard. Both is required. Only self-study will never work, especially for company law kind of subject. And we are ready to help you. Whatever help is there, we are ready to help you if you join our classes. Next, once you write that, see, even for attempting for around 85 or something, 64 has been scored. So it is about how well you write it. So it is question number 3B. So we are in 3B. So board resolution was not written by students. So please try to study the board resolutions also. You can definitely draft it in exam. Advise whether internal auditor is required to be appointed in the following scenarios. Do we need internal auditor in the following scenarios? So they've given the scenarios: paid up capital, turnover, etc. And can the following person be appointed internal auditor? They have given the question. So you should know about section 138 very well. So see here, section number has been told. That is the value of section numbers. So as I was telling you here, first you write ANS 3B. That is answer 3B. Then you write the answer. Every listed company. So what is the applicability first has been given. And a beautiful table has been drawn here. Really great. So who can be appointed? CMA who is in practice, and any professional as the board may decide. So any professional means it could be even a CS, whatever. Then the conclusion has been given very clearly for each of the questions in each of the scenarios. See here. What it can be done. Then DG may also be appointed. President may also be appointed as internal auditor. Why? Because of this point. Any professional as the board may decide, board may deem fit. So everything has been presented really well. 4 marks has been awarded. For 5 marks, 4 marks has been awarded. That is great. That is 80%. For every 5 marks question you get 4 marks means that is 80 marks. Of course, everything you can't get right, but I'm just trying to tell you. Please remember, there will be some questions you know, there will be some questions that you don't know well. Again, they've given one thing. CFO is of the view that secretarial audit is mandatory for all companies. He approached you to determine whether secretarial audit is applicable in the following companies. So they've given the numbers. Hello, jam and butter. Advise the CFO. So what should you do? Advise the CFO. So in such questions, I will suggest you to start by saying to the CFO, and then you go, dear sir, madam, whatever, as per provisions. Then you start whatever you written. So that will just add a little value. It just looks a little better. That's all. There's no mandatory provision, but I am suggesting. So as per section 1204 Companies Act, then what is the applicability student has given? Very, very clearly. Very clearly. See this. Leaving line is also important in the way it looks. Please remember, just by doing that, you don't have marks. See, first is knowledge. No doubt. Content. Correct. After that is presentation. Don't think only presentation you will get marks. Never. Your knowledge is most important. I'm sure you know that. There's no doubt. But along with knowledge, presentation. See, leaving one line gap here makes it look so presentable and so nice and easy. And then the conclusion has been given. So what is it? Secretarial audit is required for Hello Limited. Secretary audit is required for Jam Limited as turnover is more than 250 crore. Even reason has been added, very good. And for butter, it is required they have given, but of course the answer is wrong. So 4 marks has been given. So whatever is right, they will give you marks. Don't think they don't give. 4 marks has been given. Very good. Then question number 1. Question number 1. Student has gone to question number 1. Okay. Company law, question number 1. Amount lying in securities premium account belongs to the shareholders and can be used freely for their benefit. So you can use security premium account for shareholders. That is the statement. What should you do? Comment. It is a 5 marks question. Okay. First is what? Very nicely student has given. The statement is partly true and partly false. So she is giving her opinion. Then is the reasoning. So how the reasoning? First is what is the law? Correct? So as per provisions of section 52, see, even section has been added. So security premium account can be used for what? So the reasons. So law has been clearly told what it can be used for. So then, therefore, statement that it can be used freely is false. So it can't be used freely. It is treated as share capital of the company and not as profits. Hence, statement that it belongs to shareholders is true. So totally 4 marks has been given because of the conceptual clarity. Concept is so clear for the student. And how does the clear concept comes? One is the right coaching and the second is your hard work in studies. Now you go for the best coaching, no use. No use if you simply go for coaching. Along with coaching, what you study, what is the hard work you do becomes more important. So together you can get the concepts clear, and when the concepts are clear, our answers will be perfect. Answers will be perfect. Okay. Next we are going for a case law question. So and so person was alternate director of a company. Company was demand notice for GST. Okay, due to cash crunch, CEO approached Debapriya for help because that is the director. So she borrowed 7.5 lakh from sister's husband and gave the company. Company recorded in the books of account. Comment on the following. Can she do it? So can she do it? So first you should know the provisions of Companies Act. So even if you don't know section, you can write provisions of Companies Act. So if you take from relative, etc., what is the case? Amount shall be treated as a deposits. As given the amount to the company by borrowing from sister's husband. So the answer should be that it should be the own fund, not somebody else's fund. Director can give loan if it is his or her own fund, not from others' fund. So since it's not a completely correct answer, 1 mark has been given. So as you know, I'm telling you, even 1 mark can be given even if your answer is partly correct. Partly correct. Then directly student is going to 1-4. Every company is required to comply with disclosure of sexual harassment of women at workplace in their board report. You need to comment. Posh. So here in such cases, no, don't start in the ending. Go to the next page. This is what I will suggest. Just go to the next, just cross it and go to next page and start the answer there. So and also please always my suggestion answer to 1D. Like that you should write. It is easier because if your answer is right and we don't know which question, it becomes a problem. That time they can't give you the marks. So company will disclose about the POSH regulations. So number of members in the committee, what all will be there to be disclosed. So since here quality is there but little more quantity was required. Little more quantity was required. That is why only 3 marks has been given in this particular scenario. Then student is coming to question number 6. Question number C. Answer to questions Number 6, very clearly mentioned. Let us go to the question number 6. Okay, so and so company secretaries, it is a PCS firm, has sent a letter to Foreign Exchange Department of RBI stating that the firm has 3 partners who specialize in foreign exchange and asks authority to include the name in the panel whenever formed. Comment the reference to provisions of the Company Secretaries Act. Can they do it? Can company secretary firm go to RBI and tell them, please include our name in your panel? So, as per the Company Secretaries Act, this will be not allowed, because you cannot go solicit, you cannot go and ask for work openly, you cannot solicit. See here, solicit by advertisement etc. is not allowed. So that is the answer, and 2 marks has been given. So this is wrong. See, the student is writing it does not amount to professional misconduct, but yes, it does amount, because you cannot go and solicit work to RBI or any. So that is why the last portion the person is marked wrong, but 2 marks has been given because the first part is correct. First part is correct. And already when the teacher who is correcting it is looking at this paper, this is the end of the paper, so they know, okay, the student is having the knowledge, maybe this last part is wrong, that is why they've given the marks. Alright, then another case law question is there relating to again the professional misconduct etc. So same way, student has even given the section number, that is really great, and then the conclusion, complete 4 marks has been given. Then one answer to 1C, what was left earlier, that has been given. Dividend distribution policy, 3 marks has been given. Then whatever again, answer to 4D, what student had left there, 3 marks has been given. Then whatever she had not written earlier, she is trying to attempt in the end, 5A, that postal ballot form, that has been given, 2 marks has been given. So finally the student has scored 60 marks, and this is little strict correction, okay, that is why based on all the paper corrected, they have taken an average, all the papers corrected by that teacher and all the papers corrected by other teachers. So this teacher's average is less, that is why they have added 4 marks for rationalization. So that is what we understood. So finally 60 plus 4 for rationalization, student has got 64, and without attempting for complete 100 marks. So please remember, if even in strict correction you write like this, you will get 60. Suppose correction is little not lenient but fair, rationalized, correction is rationalized, so you will get 64 or you will get 64 to 68 marks. So if you write like this is possible. So I request everyone to please look at this video and get a clear picture of how you can present. And for anything else that you need, Ekcel Academy is always there to help you. You can download our Android app Ekcel Academy online on Google Play Store, Android app, or you can also do a free sign up on our website excelacademy.com. On our website we have many free courses, please feel free to explore it, see the quality of our free courses, and if you want to join for classes or if you want any other help, even if you don't want to join, you want some help, you want some counseling, you need any help, we want everyone to become a company secretary once you take the course. That is our passion. We are always there to help you. So you can WhatsApp us on the number which you can see, 973-973-3400. We are always there to help you. And this was the answer script of how you should write and how you can score marks. So if an Ekcel Academy student who's just out of class 12, with the hard work and the coaching, please, I'm going to be very clear. It is not just teacher more effort is by student. Student did the hard work. Teachers, we did the teaching. We gave the exam tips. We gave the answer presentation tactics. Everything has been done and marks has been scored. Even you can do it. So for more such videos, subscribe to Ekcel Academy and stay in touch with us. Thank you and good luck to you.